And we're live. Continue.
Because I mean, I like Agents of Shield, but it's kind of lost its focus this season.
I
So
saw a
haven't
news story
watched
the
it
other
this
day
season.
that Marvel is planning on making a spin-off show for Agents of Shield, and I was like, okay, you need to pump the brakes for
Yeah,
like 2 minutes.
Yeah, they already got Agent Carter.
Yeah,
Agent Carter was entertaining because it was so separate from what they're doing in Agents of Shield,
Yeah.
and I don't know, like it's like I just it's moving slow. I mean, that was the thing that I enjoyed the most about Daredevil is it was such a singular progression through the entire series.
Yeah.
how many episodes were there?
Enough that I lost count.
Like probably 13 or so.
Probably 12 or 13.
I can just pull up Netflix. Answer my own question.
I think on a Jessica Jones show too.
Jessica Jones.
Alias. Yeah. She was I think wasn't she like the character's inspiration for Alias or something like that? I could be way wrong. I've got a bunch of wires crossed when it comes to comic properties.
I'm gonna fucking Google that now because I'm an idiot. I don't know, like it's so broad, the shit. I thought Jessica Jones was what's her nuts? She-Hulk.
No, she's not
no,
She-Hulk.
That's Jessica, isn't it?
It's something like that.
yeah, I think it's a different.
Oh, that's
Jennifer
yeah,
Walters is what you're thinking of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Close.
Jessica Jones, aka this crossover with Marvel Daredevil. Jessica Jones. I don't remember Jessica
I'm
Jones.
surprised Daredevil isn't on the front page of Netflix. There we go.
Right?
What the crap?
Holy crap! There are some
Whoops,
sexy
nope.
Jessica
Hold on.
Joneses in the
Let-
world.
I don't want to watch it. I just want to pull this up.
Just want to add it to my list. Yeah, because Jessica Jones ends up marrying Luke Cage at some point in the Avengers run.
Yeah, it's on whatchamacallit on one of the cover pages here.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah, 13 episodes, 1 hour apiece.
yeah.
I was some
That's
heavy
crazy.
lifting in 2 days. But yeah, no. Who am I thinking of? Because Carol Danvers is Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Um, and that one chick is the Mockingbird in what's it called? In Agents of Shield. I can't remember her name right now either. Man, I am triviaed out right now.
Fair enough. Is that Green Man on your shirt?
Oh fuck yeah, it is.
Nice. Green Man saving your life, Charlie.
No, Charlie, no Green Man. I love that. I love that one web video where they did with Green Man just run up and pelting people with like volleyballs.
Yeah.
Like he ran up to people on the porch and blasted the volleyball and run away. Green Man.
All right. Are you guys ready to do this? As the Hannah freezes again.
Of course. I've got nothing open.
I got
I
no
had to
dukes.
crash.
Kill
You know what? I wonder how many people get that reference anymore.
I don't know.
Let's see. You had the farmer come by and say, put up your dukes, and they're like, I got no dukes.
Oh god.
I stumbled across that album the other day, like
Yeah?
through one of my like CD folders. Like, holy crap! And then I had to listen to medium pace.
Well, yeah.
Oh. Ah. Sure, they had a couple other really good skits on there, but the goat was just priceless.
I always like that one
That
when
one
he-
always made me laugh.
He peed for like 3 minutes.
Ah, there can't be more in there. Oh,
I don't know why I find that so funny. It's so stupid.
oh, because it's one of those things that
It's the
It's-
perfect sound effect for it.
Yeah.
God, that album was so dumb.
but it was so perfect for the time.
Yeah.
In our age group when that came out.
Well, and that's something that can't exist anymore. There'd be some YouTube series like that now, or it'd be something on Funny or Die. Nobody could release a comedy album full of skits.
Yeah.
That's all they used to be, remember? Like
Yeah.
that, I mean,
or they'd be like a live recording.
Like, I remember listening to Eddie Murphy's Delirious on cassette.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I
And,
found a cassette the other day.
and some Richard Pryor and George Carlin. All that stuff was on cassette. And actually, I think I have a George Carlin record.
Oh, probably.
Nice.
Alright, you guys ready to do this thing?
Indeed.
Yo, yo.
Alright, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of That Video Game Podcast. I'm your host, Boston. Going around the room, we have Knobs.
What's up?
And the return of the Hannah.
Hey, Easter's over.
Yay, Easter. That means, all that really means is really cheap candy.
And cheap candy that I can't eat, because, man, counting calories thing's actually working.
Yeah, but chocolate isn't calories, so it should be fine. I mean, I'm not a doctor.
I like your theories, and
Yeah.
I would like to subscribe to your newsletters.
When you can add up the calories that you're walking to go get chocolate, then that's a problem.
Yeah, it's
Well,
a tasty problem.
It's a very tasty problem.
Yeah. All right, a little bit of business here at the beginning. The recap episode for TVGP Game Club 24 Deadpool was last week. There were a lot of technical issues, which is why we don't have the audio version up yet. I have it in my hands.
Yes.
It needs some help. So the video version is out now.
Yeah.
Twitch.tv for however long it lasts, but YouTube, check it out on YouTube. Just search for TVGP Game Club. It's up there.
Yeah, I had to work some magic to make that audio happen.
Yes.
Like, I downloaded 4 separate split-up Twitch videos, stitched them together in command line, extracted the audio in command line.
Yeah, the Hannah got a real good taste of what happens when podcasting goes really wrong.
Production issues, yay!
Yeah,
it's all one file, and it just needs to be massaged a little, and hopefully it'll be up this week-ish.
I meant to ask you, does OBS record locally in the background?
That's a real good question. I didn't actually check.
That's a good reason why I like XSplit. Every episode saves as a FLV in the background.
I would have to check that. I noticed I was a little low on disk space recently, and that might be why, actually.
Aren't these trade secrets?
No, it's just inside baseball.
No, man. Hey, man, podcasting ain't hard to do. It is when it goes wrong.
Yeah.
So now that we're
three dudes and a microphone.
So now that we're done with episode 24, 25, the voting is up right now.
Yep.
Hannah, what are our choices for this month?
So our choices for this month, actually, let me load up. I don't have the names attached to them, but we've
Tale
got
of Two Brothers.
Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, Tomb Raider 2013, and Shadow of the Colossus. Yes. So 3 very critically acclaimed games.
Yeah, 3 well-received titles. So go to the forums now and
vote
different for your favorite. Yeah.
Wouldn't call Deadpool a critical success.
No. Oh, come on, that game was fun.
Oh, no.
Sure.
I'm not saying it was a bad game. I'm saying the critics.
Yeah, critical. It was not well received.
It's
critically.
really easy to turn your nose up at that game.
It is.
Yeah. All right. With all that out of the way, Knobs, what have you been playing?
Hey, it was a busy week.
Yeah, for video games or non-video games?
Not video game stuff.
Yeah, me too.
This adult thing's like way overrated.
Yeah,
it really is.
I'm not a fan of it.
It is.
I wouldn't recommend it.
No, I'm gonna opt out pretty soon.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go back to college. I don't know.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Head back to school.
Yeah.
Back to school. Maybe I can spend a week at each grade. Anyway.
So stupid.
I know. Anyway, Monday night game night was interrupted by this thing called the NCAA finals. So we had a pretty lean night. Couldn't coax people away. Donnie just fresh out of surgery and yada yada yada.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they fixed his hernia that he went in to fix last time but missed.
Ooh.
So they fixed a hernia. It wasn't even a problem that he wasn't talking about. So
We just, while we were in there, we just kind of changed the oil. We checked everything out. Everything was good, but
we topped up your fluids too.
Yeah, we gave it to the new guys. He didn't really look like all the way in there, so you gotta come back.
But they missed it. But they missed the one that he went in to get fixed. That's
yeah. Things happen.
That's like leaving medical devices in you, like bad.
That's like we changed your oil. Why didn't you fix my suspension?
Oh, right. That was... Yeah, we lost your paperwork.
Your flux capacitor was acting up. We had to take care of it.
Yeah.
Headlight lamp fuel was real low. Had to put the whale juice in it. Anyway, so it was only 3 of us. It was Scott, Tom Gamer, and myself, and we played and kind of had our own, I guess, quasi-recap selling of Deadpool. It was like 2 hours we talked about Deadpool, Scott and I, and Tom's like, yeah, I think I'm going to go buy this game.
Nice.
So,
as he should. It's excellent. And it's probably super cheap by now.
Yeah, can't get it on PC, but, it's available everywhere else.
I mean, we had our fun talking about it. There's a lot of that game. A lot of the points you guys covered on the episode. Well, yeah, Battlefield, yeah. And man, like missing that second night during the week, man, was I rusty. I don't think I was killing anyone for like the first 2 matches we played.
You gotta keep fresh, man.
Yeah,
I know, it's like... It's one of those things, like, I play so many shooters, you figure that a skill set is so game-specific anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I noticed that when I was playing a lot of my second game, like, I played poop ton more of Shadow Warrior, and that game is stellar.
Yeah.
And every time I hop in that game, like the combat just holding me there. Like it's everything that's fun about shooters that I love. It's dumb carnage in the best ways possible,
without worrying about lore or story or trying to tell a message.
Right.
Or light levels.
Well, yeah. Or ice caverns or something, but. But yeah, so I've been in and out of the sewers and whatnot, so of course there's always sewers. So, are sewers that big in real life? I don't know. Like,
No.
I feel like I've played enough video games that I don't really know anymore.
Like, I'm really confused, like, and then I start thinking maybe the Ninja Turtles could exist. I don't know. Like, they just seem, there's so many, like, there's underground world, like, I'm gonna find, like, the new mutants down there and stuff, and I just want to explore, like, because there seems to be so much, and they're huge, like, you could drive a car in some of these.
Yeah.
Like, what's stopping you? I mean, Spider-Man's secret dad's lair was in the Roosevelt Tunnel and stuff, so...
Yeah, find Hellboy down there? I don't know.
That would be awesome.
Oh, man. If anyone in the community has any expertise on this, tvgpfans@gmail.com. Let us know.
Yeah.
Are sewers cool? I'm going to go with no, but you never know.
I'm not expecting them to be, like, fresh. Like,
sure.
I don't think there's
serve
enough
a purpose.
I don't think there's enough odor-absorbing gel in the world to make them fresh, but I just think it'd be neat. I don't know.
Yeah.
Find something down there. Like, I don't know, like the catacombs.
Mayan gold. Who knows?
I'll find the cherub hostel in there somewhere, but...
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
What? This doesn't matter.
See, now that like none of us are eating anything anymore, we can't talk about food, so let's talk about sewers.
Let's talk about what we used to eat, where it goes.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I don't know. I think there's missing a whole bunch of stuff. There's a lot of gases and stuff going through there. Why don't we use that to generate electricity? I don't know.
I don't know, man. I'm just a thinker. Anywho.
I'm just an ideas man.
Yeah.
Shadow Warrior. So I'm sitting there like I'm filling up the guy's tattoos and powers and stuff, and
Nice.
I'm really enjoying that system. Even though it's the same as anything else, like buying powers, but it just has this tactile response or visual satisfaction of doing it.
Yeah. I got my copy this last week, and I was sort of looking at it yesterday, and I'm like, maybe.
I've seen this game everywhere. It was on the Humble Bundle not too long ago. What exactly is it?
It's a really dumb first-person
Yeah.
shooter that doesn't take itself seriously.
Okay.
The Fast and Furious of first-person shooters.
Ooh, okay.
I just watched Fast 7. I think they're taking themselves way too serious now.
Yeah, the Fast 5 of first-person shooters.
There you go.
Now, I think the thing that people have really been liking about it is, coming from a guy that hasn't yet played it, is it's not like this 40-hour thing. It doesn't have a message. It's not talking about social inequalities. You're a dude named Lo Wang, and you're cutting dudes up.
You're a dude named
Oh,
Lo
yeah.
Wang?
Yeah,
Yes.
they carry the name from the original game.
Fantastic.
Oh yeah, and like whoever, I mean, if you ever jump into this game, after you load it for the first time, it has this like as it's loading, like you're playing it's playing itself for the first level. Just sit back and enjoy the ride that happened in circa 1998.
Yeah.
Like it is. It's everything that is. Kind of, it's so nostalgically done in this version that it's not so much not a replication, but it is such a quality parody of what that game was back then.
Yeah.
And I think
With a lot less racism. Thankfully.
a little,
That
just a
original
little
game
less.
had some problems.
Well, even that first level, you're just hearing him talk, and you're like, it's cringeworthy, like horrible Asian.
Every horrible stereotype and every piece of racism anybody has ever uttered is in that first level.
Just straight up yellow face.
It's bad. Yeah. Yeah.
That's horrible.
If it was any bad, they would be considered having what's that one
The
thing that
Geneva
turns you yellow?
Conventions has something
It
against
turns
it.
you that disease that turns you yellow, like
Malaria.
they were fighting about on Seinfeld. Like it's bad, and it may not be that bad now because you're kind of prepared for it going in. But I'd imagine that would be a huge culture shock, and to see how far this game came to making those jokes not as offensive but equally as witty
Yeah.
is really a marvel. On someone really loved this property to make this game.
Yeah.
And doing the dumb stuff in it is the best in the world.
And just having a team have fun with it.
Yeah.
Right, and this is what games are really, for me, are about. In experiencing this, it's like experiencing that old. Like I can't. I hope they do a blood version of this game. I can't. I just. I need to play as Caleb one more time. Just,
Yeah.
The dude from Blood.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
howdy doody time, kiddies. Like I can't wait to hear that again.
Man.
But yeah, the game is fantastic. The combat is so satisfying. And it's not so gun centric. Like it does that really good mix of. I think what you guys were complaining about in Deadpool is the mix between gunplay and melee is balanced really well. Because you're working your way and chipping them down as you get up close enough to stab them to pieces, and then move on to the next one. Where I think one of Deadpool's problems with its combat system was it's hard to link those two facets of the game together.
Yeah, it wasn't very fluid switching from one to the other. Like, you could mix in a little bit of guns while you're sort of running away to regain health, but that was about it.
Well, it's not like a Bayonetta chain where you're literally juggling between your distance and close quarter combat pretty seamlessly.
Yeah.
This isn't quite like Deadpool just wasn't quite there, but this seems to manage it in a weird first-person shooter arena that just is something that first-person melee never really works for the most part.
Yeah, I was trying to. The reason why I wasn't saying anything is I was trying to think of a game where first-person melee
Xenoblade
really,
is the
really
only thing I
worked.
think of.
Xenoclash?
Was it Xenoclash or Xenoblade? I don't
No,
remember.
Xenoblade was the RPG. Yeah, Xenoclash. But even that, for me, that sort of felt. I don't know, it didn't. Mirror's Edge.
Yes.
It's probably one of the few where maybe because of what the game was doing, keeping you in first person so often, maybe the melee didn't feel bad, but Xenoclash for me, it always felt a little bit off. Like I kind of wanted to use something else throughout the game.
Yeah. And that's the hardest thing with anything when you're carrying it. You're not seeing the actual movement, and it's easy to lose track of what you're trying to hit when you're up close and personal. Where, like games like Battlefield, I'm sure Call of Duty has the same thing. Where like taking the tags is such a satisfying feeling because it's so singular.
Yeah.
Like you've worked your way up to this person, and you get to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Where it's not you're not battling off dudes just trying to get up. Ha, gotcha. Where you're literally seeing I'm catching someone sleeping is what's satisfying about that. And this is jump in the middle, do your 360 slash, and just enjoy the massacre you just wrought.
Yeah.
Like it's fantastic. So I'm still really enjoying it. I can't wait to get through and see what this game happens, because the conversation between you and this silly masked demon thing that you inherit from the old guy you meet in like the first temple is great.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to getting more into that, and in him getting annoyed, just like as Deadpool did with the tropes of a video game.
Oh, nice.
Like I don't need to clear out. Why am I hunting down these things to open this door? I'm not here to collect keys. I'm here to kill. Like it's
awesome.
It's just great little touches like that just kind of bring you back, and you're like, okay, I
this sounds like something I'd be into. I'm gonna check it out.
I got it from Amazon for super cheap, brand new on PS4.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it, like I said, it goes back to where Boston and I's childhood, where our roots came from, like the whole 3D realms. Even those that 3D realms like title screen before it starts hopping in.
It is right now on Amazon for $17, brand new on PS4. The price is right.
Yeah.
Yes. The price is very right for that game. And you get to experience a little rare gem. Like I'm not calling it a diamond in the rough because I think enough people are aware of this game. But I think maybe a bit more should check it out just for the experience alone.
Well, and especially since it isn't the horrible racist mess the original was. You know, because that one, you know, the real family tree of those games was Duke Nukem 3D, which was for the time was fairly offensive. Then it was Redneck Rampage, which was more harmless than anything else. And then Shadow Warrior came out, and it was sort of like, oh, maybe they have gone too far.
Yeah, well, Shadow Warrior, then they had that crazy Egyptian shooter, that Pharaoh game.
Oh, God, I barely
I have a
that.
poster for it somewhere in this house.
Of course you
do. Yeah, like that Pharaoh, and then Blood came out and just went to an entirely different gore extreme. Good. Blood is fantastic. And then I can't believe they shat the bed that bad with Blood 2.
I'm trying to figure out what engine. Oh, Blood was on the build engine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great.
So all those games had this very distinctive look to them,
and they had a very distinctive speed. Like that's what I really remember. Like, Blood was fast, but not as fast as something like Quake.
Yes.
You know, it was in between.
Quake was ridiculous.
Doom was fairly normal speed. Build engine games were a little bit faster, and then Quake was just, you know,
blinding.
Well, they kept turning that dial up, even like Quake 2, Quake 3, and then Quake 3 Arena.
Mm-hmm.
It's still like I even tried. Like I popped in and played Quake Live like almost a year ago, and that game is almost. I don't have the mental capacity to keep up with that anymore, or the fine motor skills to even compete.
So it's almost a different genre of first-person shooter.
Yeah, like the speedy FPS.
Yeah.
Knobs, the game you're thinking of is Power Slave.
Power Slave?
The Pharaoh one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Iron Maiden
Power
album?
Slave. Of course there's not. Also, I didn't know that a game built on the Tech War was William Shatner's Tech War.
Oh, yeah. Didn't Giant Bomb do a video on that not too long ago?
I can almost guarantee.
Yeah.
All right, anywho, enough about the build engine.
But anyway, Shadow Warrior is fun. I think you should check it out and have a nice, fun little romp with it.
Yeah, I'm going to pick that up. It's like super cheap, so.
Yeah.
so far it's been a very, very pleasant surprise. I only bought it because I saw it on the shelf for $20.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I think you're worth a double tenner. Like, just
Why not?
just see how it does. And then lastly, after I finished up my marathoning of the Daredevil series, which I think everyone should watch because it is really good.
Yeah.
I played some more Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
Nice.
Because I had my 360 on. I'm like, what do I have installed on this thing?
Yeah, why not?
I was like,
Is it because it got mentioned during the Game Club cast?
Oh, I totally missed it. When did you guys talk about it?
Yeah,
I'd like to say I watched the whole thing, but I did.
There's a section at the beginning where we sort of break down what games came out alongside the game we played, and Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon was one of them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I could see how like a lot of like games, except for this generation so far, getting lost in the shovel of releases. But
Yeah.
I could totally see that. But I was playing, I just threw it. I saw it. It caught my eye. Apparently, electric pink. I'll draw like a moth to a flame.
Yep, naturally. Don't we all?
What is this? This looks so 80s.
It's beautiful.
So I hopped in. I got killed by some boars. Like I didn't even know those things
Far
could attack.
Cry.
Yep.
So I got killed by them, and then I went back in. I got in a melee, got killed in there, and I'm like, I forgot how to play this game. And then it has such a different feel compared to everything I've been playing lately.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like these older first-person shooters, and now I'm back into a modern-paced game. I'm like, why am I aiming down sights? So
I don't know how to use my hands.
Yeah. So I'm like that. Like I got so used to doing like just all I have is a crosshair. Figure it out.
Yeah.
None of this aiming shenanigans. Just kind of circle strafe and spray. Like that's one of my favorite mechanics. Give me a Gatling gun, unlimited ammo, and have at it.
Yep.
But yeah, so I did that, and that game just looks so cool.
Yeah. It's nice to see them take such a weird tack on that game. Just make something that looks really crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I forgot, like all the enemies are like these weird cybernetic things, and their heads explode, and you're ripping their hearts out for bait for stuff, and healing is jumping this big syringe into your like mechanical arm and stuff, and
It's like the Tron game we never got because all the Tron games were bad.
Yeah.
it's like Tron 2 should have been
Yeah.
like 2.0 or whatever it was called.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Tron 2.0. Man. Yipes.
The only satisfying in that game was the sound effects. I mean,
Yep.
But yeah, so like I've been playing. I played maybe 20 minutes of it, and then I got to kill a bunch of dudes and unlocked an area. I'm like, okay, time to record.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Let me go hop upstairs, sit in front of the computer for a couple hours.
Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, like if you missed that one, that should be a Game Club game.
Oh, there you go.
Suggest it. Have you made a
Power
suggestion in that thread yet? Throw your
I don't
name
know.
out, man.
Am I allowed?
Of
Yeah,
course.
absolutely. Of course.
Maybe.
Everybody, yeah. Let me know. I'll throw it into the.
Maybe.
We've got a GitHub
I don't know.
repo for
Then-
the
then
Game
you'll
Club
have to
because I'm a
have-
dork.
Then you'll have to have me on the show, and I don't know.
Will we?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, we have to have him on the show.
That's true.
Yeah.
But that's what I've been playing this week.
Oh, you.
Well, I'm about to purchase Shadow Warrior here, so
Nice.
we'll do that.
Had to
I played a few things. It's been a couple weeks. I didn't play as much as I could have, unfortunately, but played some really good stuff. So Wednesday night game night, not this past week, but the week before, we kicked it off actually. Me and you, Boston, with some Destiny, doing the Nightfall and Weekly.
Yep.
Me, you, and Gidbix, I believe.
Yes, Gidbix.
Yeah, that was a good time. We got through the Nightfall pretty painlessly, actually. I don't think we
Which
had
one was
any
that?
issues.
Nexus?
Yeah, that was the Nexus.
Yeah, that one's pretty easy for Nightfall.
Yeah,
I mean, it's funny at this point, the stakes are very high for Nightfall, but
Yeah.
for something like that, it's sort of like, yeah, we got it, we're good. Like half an hour later, we're done.
Well, yeah, and especially since you showed that spot to us where you can sort of hop up and get in an area
Get a
where you've
little
got some
safer.
cover. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, really nice way to do that. And, Gidbix hopped in, I think, he did get the last shot in on the
Yeah.
the Nexus mine, right? From
Yep.
up top.
I believe so, yeah.
That was good stuff. And then we did the weekly heroic, and that was same deal.
Yep.
We were just a little braver and died a few more times, like you do.
Braver / dumber.
Yeah. So after that, I hopped out and I joined up a game of Helldivers with Super Epic Bruno, Team Asil, and right at the end, UCA Mac joined in.
Oh, nice.
Who I think I
whole
played
crew.
with maybe. Yeah, we had a whole 4-player team. Unfortunately, I had to jet shortly after that. It's been a pretty weird couple of weeks here. So, working randomly, and then we actually had to bring my parents' dog to my in-laws. My parents are moving to a place where they can no longer have a large 50-pound dog. So,
Why move there?
Well, yeah, it's a whole thing.
Sometimes people suck.
It was a lot of fun playing Helldivers with that crew. It's always a good time because we almost never make it out of the level.
Yeah, I mean...
You can only do so much to actually get on that dropship before it kills you or everything else kills you.
Right.
So I also played and finished Deadpool, which I won't bore you with details, but you can listen to the Game Club cast whenever that goes up, and you can get bored to death by all the details in that.
If you'd like to be bored by details, please see the new episode.
Yes.
Way to sell it, buddy.
Yep.
You'll love it. It's great. It's not boring in the least.
Yeah.
So yeah, we played I played a bunch of Deadpool, and I also picked up Axiom Verge when it came out.
Oh, I haven't played that yet.
Because how could you not pick up that game after seeing any of it in action at all?
Yeah, I picked it up. I haven't had a chance to fire it up yet.
It's really great.
Yeah.
It is straight out classic Metroidvania action.
Yes.
I really can't get enough of it. I was actually playing it just before we started today.
I might be playing it right now.
Well, no, I left my Vita in the other room because I knew that was a concern.
Just to be safe.
PS4 is literally right on the other side of this wall, so...
I just punch right through there, man. Controller's over there somewhere.
So it's very Metroid-like. It's less a Metroidvania game. It's pretty much just a Metroid game.
It's pretty much like Metroid 1.
Yeah. The amount of stuff I have found and gotten so far in that game is pretty staggering. As far as guns go, there's a whole range of options, and I don't think I've found one that's completely useless. There's a couple where you're like, I'm not going to use that much, but there are a few where you get it and you just go, I don't even know what this does, but that looks awesome.
Yeah.
There's one I just found.
That's a perfect arsenal.
It is. There's one I just found, and it was like, the beams split off, and you think like, you're going to shoot like a laser, and it's just going to branch a couple of times. No. If you're on all the way to the left side of the screen, and you fire in an open area and go all the way to the right side of the screen, by the time this thing branches off enough to get to that side of the screen, it's pretty much filled the entire area.
It's like that laser field in the first Resident Evil movie.
Yes. Actually, it's pretty similar.
Nice.
Except it's free.
There was an old game for the Dreamcast that had that, like, every rocket launcher in Blue Stinger got progressively better.
Oh, yeah. What a crazy game, Blue Stinger.
It was a weird game.
Yeah, it really was.
Fighting that dinosaur car monster at the end.
Man.
A weird Dreamcast game?
Yeah, you don't say.
I don't think that ever happened.
Did it come from Japan?
Were there an assortment of large hats?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a Valve game then.
Yes.
No, I didn't say you had to pay for them.
Yeah, there's the key. There it is. Yep. The music in Axiom Verge is some of the best music I've heard in a game in a long time. It's really it sets the mood perfectly. And it's not just like 8-bit music like you'd expect. There's some more layers to it, and it starts up and you're like, okay, it's going to be, just your standard thing. And then you start
bleeps and bloops.
Yeah, and then you start hearing different layers sort of come in as you're running through these levels, and it really it's rare that I hear music in a game that's not there as just filler, and it's just like, that's nice.
Yeah.
It's there. And it really ups the atmosphere of the game.
Right.
I was really impressed by that. But I definitely recommend it. If you're into Metroid at all, pick it up. I think it's still on sale for the rest of this week because it just came out, or was it the Spring Fever game this week or last week?
Last week. This week's was Bastion.
That's it. Okay, well, I bought that too.
Perfect time for crows to be cooing.
Yeah.
Anyone else hear that?
No, I heard it. That
Yeah,
was
it's
good.
right behind me. Hey, keep it down out there. Jerks. Taking over the neighborhood.
And the last game I played was the Talos Principle. Steam had it on sale for $20, and it was too good to pass up. So I picked it up.
Tell me how good it is.
It's really good.
Oh, please come out on PS4.
So I played the demo already, and it's not too much different from the demo. I played the first area. I don't know what's happening in this game, and I love it.
Awesome.
It's got this really like calming soundtrack. Like you'd think a game like this would be, a little more actiony, a little more, the way
a little more
it
serious,
looks,
Sammy.
a little bit. But it's got this like nice, like open, airy orchestral soundtrack to it, and it's just like you're sitting there playing, and you're like, "This is nice."
I feel good about these puzzles.
Should light a scented candle and dim the lights a little bit. Have a little spa day with Talos Principle. It'll be
Please
good.
don't take pictures in the gallery. Thank you. You might damage the artwork.
No flash photography, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
The Boot71 in chat says, I can't wait for Shovel Knight. I just have to decide between Xbox One or PS4. Well, do you like Kratos or do you like Battletoads? That's really your decision there.
Yeah.
Yes, that's coming out not this week, but next week, and I'm so excited.
Well, if you know Donnie, that decision's really easy.
I don't. Which one would he go for?
Oh, XBO.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
He likes his Battletoads? The B-Toads?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, they're back
Awesome.
for a special boss battle.
I gotta see that.
Microsoft released a video of it, I think at PAX, whichever PAX was earlier this year. I don't know. There's
PAX
like 10
East or
of them now.
PAX South.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PAX North by Northwest.
I'd go to that one, yeah.
Yeah.
So I played a bunch of Talos Principle. I got to the same point in the demo where it kicks you out of the demo. But I got to like look around. You enter this big temple and you see where you can go to do all these puzzles. And it was really just sort of like, oh, that's how much I have left to do. Okay, I'm going to go play something else for a little while.
Oh, there's so much game here. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I think I was like playing it before I went out to like go do something. So I was like, okay, a little surprised here. But I don't know what's happening in the story. You're a robot. That much is for sure. Because you go up to these computer terminals in the game and you put your hands on the keyboard and it's definitively a robot.
Yo, you got robot hands.
Yeah. I was very, very surprised by that because I had no expectations going into this game. I had just heard it was really good and it was sort of reminiscent of Portal. So I was like, okay, I have to buy that. You can, enter commands into these computer terminals you find, and it's unclear what year it is. It's unclear why the computer terminals are there. There's just so much mystery surrounding it. I love it.
The only thing clear is that clearly the modern currency is Tetraminos.
Yes, which is, I think that's where we're going. That's what Bitcoin is, right? It's just Tetraminos.
Yeah, basically, as I understand it. Yeah. I've only read the Wikipedia page, but clearly there's nothing wrong there.
Clearly. And the whole time you're having this voice that's like talking to you in this very grandiose, godlike sense.
Is it Doc Brown?
It isn't.
Regrettably.
Cool. Yeah. It's a little more, it's less panicky than he would be, I think.
I love a panicky scientist.
Yeah.
I don't like the oaky. Only the buttery.
Yeah. That's all I played this week. End.
I really didn't play anything this week. Have you ever had one of those weeks where like you look at all the games you got installed and like you look at your polish aim and you're just like, you know what? I'm too tired. I'm too stressed. I don't really feel like playing anything. Maybe I'll lay here and read a book.
Yes.
I've been in that mode for probably 2 months.
Yeah.
Where I just keep looking at it and I was like, there's nothing I really want to play.
Maybe Shadow Warrior will soothe me.
Yeah.
Give me something a little fresh.
You need a palate cleanser. You need a good one.
That like Shadow Warrior and Deadpool has kind of reinvigorated my gaming spirit a little bit.
Yeah.
just some mindless carnage. But for the most part, I'm watching a lot of movies, like
Yeah.
game time, like we play playing games, and I'm just like watching so much media.
I'm reading a lot.
Yeah.
That's about. I played a little bit of Destiny. Shout out to Dude Since '85 and I Have Bad Aim. They invited me to be the third man in their 3-man Crota run, which we cleared.
No,
Yay,
wow.
I finished Crota for
That
once.
I
just
knew
sounds-
those guys were good.
By
That's
doing,
fantastic.
I did virtually nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, good listeners. They carried me through that whole thing, and beating Crota, I got the one gun that I was really hoping for.
Oh,
And
yeah?
clearly the gun that I Have Bad Aim also was looking for, which is Black Hammer.
Oh.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, good God. So, for those that don't know much about this gun, the very first unlockable in it is if you rapidly land 3 precision shots, so basically headshots in this game, it
Yeah.
refills your clip. It's a 3-bullet
Oh.
clip. Basically, what that means is if you're fighting nearly any boss where you can regularly hit the soft spot, if you will.
The crits.
Yeah, hit those crits. You have basically unlimited ammo. As you hit 3, the third bullet hits the critical spot, you have 3 more bullets immediately. So
Yeah.
you're fighting something like the Nexus Mind, and you are just landing 3 shots, and you got 3 bullets back again. It's really cool. It's really fun. It's pretty well balanced because reload speed is low. It kicks like a mule.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. But other than, I'm kind of in the point now where House of Wolves is on the horizon.
Yeah.
I kind of need to level my other 2 characters to 30 so I can do some more weekly stuff. But I kind of don't want to. So I think I'm kind of. Raid when I can, do the weekly stuff on Tuesday, but other than that, not really push it too much.
Yeah.
I did pop Borderlands 2 back in the Handsome Collection. Played that for probably about an hour and a half today. Cleared a couple missions. I'm at the beginning where the missions aren't super interesting. I've been avoiding doing that mission I don't like where you have to go and take a vehicle to what's-her-face and get all the bandit stuff on it.
Oh.
Yeah, like that. Everything after
What,
that.
Large Marge?
Yeah,
or
like
something?
everything after that is fine. I there's something about those sets of missions in that environment that I'm kind of not crazy about. So,
It's understandable.
but that's
Well,
all.
we've played it so many times. I mean, you're just
Yeah.
like, ugh.
Which is kind of why, like, I'll hop into it for an hour or so and play it and sort of be like, okay, yeah, that mission kind of stinks. All right, moving along.
It kind of scares me about jumping back into that bug, though. I mean,
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time raiding in that game, and I don't know if I'm ready to open up that can of worms, or even if that can of worms is even still there.
I mean, I feel like if you've done all that stuff already, like, there's no real reason to hop back in. It's still the same game.
Like grinding for what was the midget thing? I can't remember what it was.
I don't remember.
The claptrap that popped out of the boxes.
Oh. Yeah, whatever that was.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I don't remember what. Leroy something?
Jenkins.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I spent days trying to get him to spawn.
Yeah,
and
just
I don't
so
know
you
if I
get
want to
one
do that.
achievement.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of having fun going into it and not really worrying about all that stuff. I'm not worrying about... And I have so many badass tokens, and I have so many golden keys that it kind of doesn't matter at the end of the day. So I'm just kind of having fun, just kind of going through it. And I still think it's kind of pretty well written. It's not laugh out loud funny, but I don't think that game ever has been. So I'm kind of having fun going back through it and being like, yeah, Tannis is crazy. All right, moving on. So I don't know. I'm hoping something captures my eye. I got Etrian what was it, Etrian Mystery Dungeon this last week. I fired that up, and there were like 6 free DLC packs. So by the time I downloaded all that stuff, I was kind of done being on my 3DS already.
Isn't it funny, like, little things like that just derail your plan?
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna lay on the couch. It's a nice day. I'm gonna hang out here with kittens. I'm gonna play some, and then like 30 minutes later, I download all that DLC, and I'm like, you know what? This interface is really just a pain in my ass. I'm all right. Well, I'm done. So, but that's all I'm playing. So let's take a break.
As the plane comes in for you.
Oh man.
Sometimes I hear sounds like that. I forgot I have headphones on.
Oh man.
Ooh.
How in the world do I have 1,000 emails that I didn't check this account in 2 days?
That's a problem.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I gotta go clear one of my old email accounts.
I don't think my filters like carry over to my phone sync.
Bummer.
So now I get to get this customer service that's about 13 emails deep. I'm indiscriminately deleting this stuff.
Yeah, I deleted a bunch of stuff off my server recently.
Why in the world would Ancestry email me 92 times? Alright, put a dent in that.
Okay.
I'm gonna open up show notes here.
We get any emails? No emails or tweets this week.
Well,
I gotta start plugging that more during the week, I think.
emails and tweets?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Oh, man. Oh, the donuts, man.
Get you every time.
Although they're so good. Is it bad they know what I'm going to order when I walk in?
No, it's just time efficient. You ain't got time to waste.
Ain't got
Gotta get
time for
donuts in
that.
you.
I think we got like two games this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one that already came out, like on everything else. Like, this is what's driving me crazy right now.
Yep. I am all for like remasters and HD remasters and stuff, but I have nothing I want to play.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
I kind of hope Tomb Raider wins, because I really need the push to play through that game, I guess.
Yeah, you really should. I really like that game.
I liked what I played with it, but it's another one that just didn't really grab me in like the first 40 minutes that I played it.
That's surprising because when I played it, it just, I don't know what it was about it. I just really liked the bow and arrow. Just really like lining up those headshots and just dropping those dudes.
I
can see that grabbing me though.
Mm-hmm.
I may just be like that open world adventured out, because I think I was really sour after that last Assassin's Creed game that I played.
See, the thing about Tomb Raider is it looks like an open world game. It's actually a Metroidvania.
Oh.
Yeah, because there's tons of stuff where you're like, how am I gonna get up there? Like, there's this weird looking wall, but what do I need to do? And then like an hour later, they'll be like, hey, you have this climbing hook. Now you can climb up walls that look like this, and you're like, what?
Yeah, it keeps expanding on itself. Yeah, because I mean, after what was that third Ezio one?
Revelations.
Yes,
the bad one.
Like that one just.
I'm the only person that finished that game, I think, in the planet.
No, I finished it too.
The ending was really good, but getting there was just not a good time at all.
That just hit me so sour.
It was not. It had so many problems. That was very clearly like one of the A team, B team sort of games.
Yeah.
Kosh Jamal in that I can't tell you if it's darker than the Arrow because I haven't watched the Arrow because I don't care. It's a DC property.
Arrow is a CW drama wrapped in the DC trappings. That's all it is.
That just sounds
I
awful.
watched an entire season of it, and I was like 13, 14 episodes in. I was like, where is the superhero? Where is he?
But
Why am I
first,
watching this show?
he
It's
needs
sort
to
of how I
find
feel-
love.
It's like how I feel about S.H.I.E.L.D. sometimes. Like, I'm willing to plow through S.H.I.E.L.D. because I'm a Marvel fan. But man, that first half of that first season was a slog.
Oh,
I forgot. Speaking of DC, I forgot to talk about Lego Batman 3, and that I'm not going to finish that.
Oh yeah, bad.
The problem is there's like 8 hub worlds, and each one has all this stuff to do in it, and all this and it's not nearly as engaging as the Marvel superheroes one, because Marvel superheroes, you were in New York, and like each one of the side quests, you were talking to someone interesting that had something fun for you to do. A lot of the stuff on these hub worlds is like, it's a Green Lantern's hub world, so it's like pink or blue or yellow, and all you're doing is like, all right, there's 7 air races and there's 3 ground races, and you know, destroy a whole bunch of stuff in a time frame to get a gold brick, and like you're not actually talking to anybody there that might give you something interesting.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, and too much Conan O'Brien and Kevin Smith.
Oh,
Way
really?
too much. Those two dudes are just popping up everywhere. Ugh. It's such a shame.
all right, you guys ready?
Ready?
Toxic Joker here, padding the end of the show. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, the questions. We'll read it
I'm
live.
gonna have to start copying and pasting those.
Yeah, especially if Twitch chat dies, because it just dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with Twitch, it just stop refreshing
Yeah.
at
Yep.
any random moment. All right, good.
Good.
All right, ready in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. We got releases this week for the week of April 13th. This year's just motoring along.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
2015, GTA 5 for the PC finally comes out.
Probably. I won't
Yeah.
believe it until it's actually released on Steam. It's preloading on Steam now, so
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
that's
if
a
it's
good sign.
preloading, it's gone gold. I mean,
preloading is 60 gigs.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So, you know, pretty small.
PS4 it is then.
Yeah, exactly.
Alrighty. Titan Souls for the PS4, PS Vita, and PC.
I am
The triple Ps.
so excited for this game. I was already excited about it after seeing like the art style and how cool it was. And then I heard that it's basically a game where it's one boss after another, and you die in one hit, but so does the boss. So you need to just find its weak spot and like dive and get out of the way and avoid all of its attacks, and then find
Hit
the
the
meaty
monster crit.
underside. Yeah, hit the monster crit. Yeah. So I don't know. That sounds pretty cool. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it
have to give
does.
that a shot.
I'm definitely picking that up.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to news stories. Square Enix had this crazy 3-day, a dude passed out in a room on Twitch live stream mystery extravaganza for Can't Kill Progress? Is that what it was called?
That was the tagline.
Something like that. Hey, it's the new
Yeah.
Deus Ex.
Yes, it is.
Mankind Divided. Holy crap, that trailer is hot.
Oh,
So
dude.
it's Deus Ex turned into a doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deus Ex MD.
Well, that's our show for the week, everybody.
That's our title for the week.
I need to finish. I need to
both
finish.
Both you guys are like vigorously writing
Yeah,
that
I just-
down. Like,
I was trying to think of an HR joke, but I don't have one.
Yeah.
I need to finish Human Revolution.
Yeah, you do.
that is a good game.
Yeah,
That is
every time I get
great
to
game.
Detroit, I'm like, well, no, I'm
I still
good.
gotta finish the whatchamacall too. The
Missing
did
Link
we
DLC?
do we forget Mortal Kombat comes out next week?
I think we did.
It comes out next week?
I think
I
it
think
does.
so.
It's preloading. I know that much.
I'm preloading. Everybody's preloading.
Yep.
Let's look. Let's look while we're.
We're preloading our carbs right now for it.
I don't.
Well, let me tell you, I watched that Deus Ex trailer. I gave it a couple of days because I wanted the hype to die down and I wanted to just sort of go in it. And I'm so excited for that game.
Yeah,
Everything that happens, like the blades are coming out of the back of the arm too now. He's just shooting them at
I got
people.
all sorts of blades.
Oh.
Yes, Mortal Kombat X does come out this week. I missed it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Oh, I'm gonna pick it up.
Nope. I don't know, man. I feel like I need to know if the story mode is really good, because everything I've been seeing of the fatalities and the brutalities, I just don't care.
I don't care about that stuff either.
Yeah.
I don't know. That selfie fatality was pretty great.
Oh, it's so dumb.
That's Mortal Kombat.
Just like
It's the whole point.
Either they're really dumb or they're like, I feel like I'm such an old man now because I see some of them like, oh, that's kind of gross. That's maybe a little too gross for me.
Yeah, I've noticed that. The violence has been definitely more... I don't know if it's just because it's rendered so much better than it was, where the old ones were just silly.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, who could really be offended by this?
Yeah.
And now you're like,
Now I'm sort of like, that's gross.
I know what broken bones feel like, and that just... Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, if they come out with another story mode that is even half as good as the one in 9, I'll pick it up.
If it's following anything what they're doing with that comic right now, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Man. Our next news story. Lego announces Lego Dimensions. They're making their own Toys to Life game.
Oh boy. Is that what we're calling that genre now?
Yes, Toys to Life. That has been the genre here for a little bit. Oh boy, this
That
seems
feels so good. Oh,
You good over there?
I don't know, man.
Like my dog when she gets up in her ear, and she's just
Yeah.
yeah.
That was outstanding.
Yeah. So their Toys to Life game is basically using the same NFC near field communication for all you guys, the hot cool stuff. Basically, they have a Lego toy pad where you put minifigs, vehicles, gadgets, and new levels on the base. This is really dangerous because Lego is really cool.
Lego is super cool.
The game portion is being made by Traveler's Tales, the people who have been making the Lego games forever. So, at the very least, it'll be the same as the Lego games you buy now, which are good. Hopefully it will be. You know, I realized I haven't talked about any Wii U stuff lately. For Christmas, I got my wife for Wii U the Disney Infinity 2.0.
Oh, nice.
That's a bad game.
Yeah.
Is it?
Flat out. That is not a game that controls well or looks good or is interesting or nearly anything. And she was really pumped about it and really let down. So I'm hoping that with Lego Dimensions that at the very least the base game of it will be at the very least competent. If not hopefully fun. But some of the partnerships they've announced at the beginning are... so the starter pack has from the Lego movies Batman, Gandalf, and Wild Style. If you haven't seen the Lego movie, by the way...
Wild Style.
Have you not seen the Lego movie, by the way?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
That She's movie's with the hair, right?
Yeah, that movie's really great.
It is.
Unexpectedly.
It's adorbs.
It's a really good movie. And also comes with the Lego Batmobile, because if you're going to do a Lego movie, why not? They also announced partnerships with Lord of the Rings, The Wizard of Oz, Back to the Future, DC Comics, and Lego Ninjago.
I can't wait to see Lego Marty. That'll be the tallest you've ever been.
Goodbye, everyone. They already showed the minifigure for him. It has the yellow, the orange...
The
jacket,
little
everything.
What are you, a sailor?
I'm sure somebody will make that joke. I don't know. I think that's coming out September 27th. I think that could be pretty cool, because I think when you pair, everybody of every age loves Lego, and if you can effectively pair that with a solid game I feel like you could have something that does way better than something like Skylanders or Disney Infinity, because Disney Infinity is sort of pared down to just Disney stuff, assuming they're going to do Star Wars in the future. That seems like a fairly safe assumption.
Yeah.
And Skylanders has always seemed very kid focused.
Yes.
And the game underlying it has always been fairly simple. But if you can get people to buy these collections of Lego things, Lego packs, and not have the BS restraints on numbers of figures and sets out there that a lot of the other ones do, I think that could be. I think that could be pretty good.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I mean, I wouldn't be above collecting that stuff. I like Lego.
Who doesn't?
I do too. I kind of want a Lego Goonies.
Ooh.
Write it in. Who knows?
I want to see One-Eyed Willie in Lego form.
Yeah. Who knows?
That'd be pretty awesome.
Next news story.
Just a copper pot. Sorry.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. It just came out. Next news story here. CD Projekt Red have announced 2 really big DLC packs for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, and I think it's
not DLC packs, expansions.
Well, yeah, and that's the interesting
them.
thing. They the CD Projekt Red's co-founder came out and said, like, they don't want these packs to be what we think of DLC now, where it's like you drop $15 and you get 2 hours, and it doesn't have the voice acting in it. It's not very good. Mm-hmm. They wanted to recreate the expansion pack experience from PC, where you'd go into Micro Center and you'd get a box, and it has a ton of content for only like $20. Yeah,
and a bunch of patches that you couldn't get because it was 98 and the internet wasn't that great.
Yeah, exactly. So they announced
actual patches for your coat.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly. So the 2 expansions that are come out, one is coming. The first one is 10 hours of gameplay, and the second coming later this year is 20 hours.
Nice.
So they're also coming out with an expansion pass, which seems like it's your standard. What we think of season passes now, which is basically like you'll get both of them, but it's a discounted price.
Cool.
I think that's pretty cool. The first one's coming out in October, and the second one is coming around the end of April 2016. So plenty of time for you to go through this giant game and then kind of get through the other expansion. I think that's pretty cool. I like someone taking the time to come out with that, that classic expansion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate it because I miss the days when Blizzard did actual expansions and they didn't just do 3 separate StarCraft games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm really excited for the last StarCraft game.
Yeah. It's in beta now. I feel like they did that with Diablo 3.
Yeah.
I feel like that was shades of, classic Blizzard, where it's like, okay, this game is going to come out and it's going to be really great, and it's got all this crazy new stuff for your base game too, so yay, play Diablo 3 again.
Yeah, it really felt like an expansion on the original game, and not just, it's another game just set in the same universe.
A lot like Diablo 2, where you bought the expansion and now it's 800 by 600 resolution instead of 640 by 480, and you're like, look how great this game looked. Yeah.
Oh man, that was such a huge bump back in the day.
It's still a huge bump if you go back and play that game.
Could you imagine trying to play that like, all right, I just want it to be that resolution would be like a postage stamp on your screen now?
I did that last time I installed Diablo 2, because if you redeem your CD keys on Battle.net, you can just download Diablo 2 anytime. Or Warcraft 2, or anything.
Or StarCraft.
Yeah, or StarCraft if you hate yourself. So I downloaded it and I put it in windowed mode, and it's rather tiny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Plus side, if you're at work, you probably get away with playing it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is he clicking so much? I don't know. He sounds busy.
I don't know. Excel, man. Whatever.
Yeah.
You mentioned putting I broke another mouse. Just
I just need another one. Thanks.
Batteries. I need batteries.
Yeah. Next news story, a bummer here. Rory McIlroy's PGA Tour. EA has announced they have lost both Augusta National, and the Masters. That's the Masters less so, because that mode wasn't really super exciting the last time it came out. But to lose Augusta, that's kind of a bummer. That's a great course.
Guess what's going to be DLC?
I don't know. It sounds like Augusta, the whatever ruling body handles the licensing was just like, no, we're good, thanks. No, I'm okay.
Yeah, because golf is doing so well right now.
Yeah. Million watchers every weekend for golf.
Yeah.
A lot of people like us just putting golf on and napping.
Yep. They must be watching this, the show of athletic prowess.
Yeah.
Edge of your seat.
Yeah. I do like watching golf. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I love playing golf.
Yeah, I don't know. That's sort of a bummer. So I'm still gonna buy it because I would still like an EA golf game because they make good golf games. But give me missing a little bit something here. Hopefully they're gonna make good on them having a lot of fantasy courses then, because that's what'll make up for it. Is that Battlefield course they showed at last E3. That's the stuff that will make me feel a lot better about that stuff.
I'm excited. I'll pick it up regardless. The losing Augusta in the Masters isn't a deal breaker.
No, for me it's a pretty big divot. God. Now it's rubbing off on me.
Please fix your ball marks on the green.
Yep.
Thank you.
And last news story we have here is rumor is that Amazon spent between $50 and $70 million to purchase a license for the Cry engine from Crytek. You might remember recently Crytek is in a lot of financial problems, or trouble, I should say.
Yeah.
Following actual rules of English. They have not been able to pay their employees for a while, and looked like they might have been on the verge of closing. And Amazon just kind of gave them an injection here of between $50 and $70 million. It doesn't seem like Amazon bought the rights to the engine. They didn't buy Crytek.
Okay.
The other Jay-Z in chat.
I'm sorry, that's really
funny. It just seems like they kind of spent tens of millions of dollars to license that engine.
That's pretty weird.
That is pretty weird, because if you're going to license the Cry engine, are you going to make more games? Are they going to put more power behind the Amazon studios? Because so far, they haven't really been doing anything. They made a couple games for the Fire TV.
Yeah.
That's kind of about it. You don't buy CryEngine to put games on Fire TV.
Or
I don't think so.
You?
I mean, you might just want to buy Unity or use Unity. That's free.
Amazon's decision-making skills get a little off kilter every once in a while, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. They may just be like, doing the whole magpie thing. They're just grabbing what they can and seeing what pieces they have, and then all of a sudden something that comes out.
Yeah, seeing what sticks.
Yeah.
That's always possible.
Yeah.
They got enough capital to do it, so...
They have all the capital.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I bought something from Amazon during this show.
That's true. They at least have clout.
Yeah.
I don't know, are they doubling down on the Fire TV as a games platform? Are they looking to expand as a publisher into, the 8th gen consoles? Are they going to use CryEngine on smartphones? What are you going to use it for?
Are they just building the best website ever?
Sure. A 3D CryEngine based VR. This is what, Web VR comes back around.
Yeah.
Guess
20 years later.
Great. We're going to walk around a virtual Amazon warehouse. I want that. Add to cart. I want that.
See, PlayStation Home closes, Amazon Home opens.
Oh god, it's gonna. You know what? It's gonna be like
life.
every time I go to the grocery store, you're looking in canned goods for, canned tomatoes, and there's a whole separate aisle that says over it canned tomatoes.
Yeah.
Literally happened to me the other day.
It's gonna be like that scene in Fight Club where you're just walking around and it tells you all the IKEA things and price tags are falling up all over your house.
Yeah.
You're like, oh man.
All right. I think that's all for news stories. So let's move into We don't have any tweets this week. Tweet us at TVGP. We don't have any emails. Email us at tvgpfans@gmail.com. But we do have some questions from the community. Toxic Joker from chat has a trio of questions here. Says, do you still see the Final Fantasy brand as the standard in gaming RPGs? No.
No, they kind of haven't been since the PS1 era.
I feel like
maybe early into PS2 era after 10 came out. Maybe
10 was probably the last one where people were like, "Yeah, Final Fantasy, yeah, hell, yeah, all right, they won E3, stuff like that." I feel like if it was maybe a couple of years ago, I probably would have said the Tales series was the next in line for the throne.
Yeah.
But even that series has been really wildly hit and miss lately.
Honestly, I think it's the SMT games, like the Persona games.
I was going to say just Atlas overall. When they've been coming out with some really crazy stuff lately that was really, really great. And I think
you guys reading any of this?
No, I'm ignoring.
Monday night is leading.
I'm ignoring chat for not exactly show vocally appropriate right now.
Watch the live stream, folks.
I feel like when you look at the output that Atlas has been putting out, also NIS has been putting out too. They've been quietly making Disgaea games for the last 10 years, all of which have been good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think when you look at that, I think for quality RPGs right now, especially JRPGs, I think you need to look at Xseed, Atlas, and NIS. Yeah, I feel like those are kind of your trio right now for quality JRPGs. I feel like if you're talking about Western RPGs, you need to look at Black Isle.
Yeah.
Oddly coming back after 20 years.
Yeah.
You need to look at whoever's making Shadowrun.
Oh, yeah, Harebrained Studios is doing a bang-up job.
Yep, and coming out with more of that pretty soon.
Yeah, they just did another Kickstarter that went crazy successful.
Yep.
But wouldn't BioWare be the mainstay for Western RPG brand?
No, because I feel like... I don't know, I feel like the stuff that they've been putting out has been pretty divisive.
Yes.
When you look at Mass Effect, I think in its day, Mass Effect 1 was really great, and Mass Effect 2 stepped that up, and then Mass Effect 3 will forever be remembered as probably the most divisive game for the 7th gen. And then when I think you look at the Dragon Age series, I think they're incredibly well made, but such a slow burn. Each of the 3 games are such a slow burn that they're so divisive as a series. And 2 is universally reviled.
Well, I feel the same way about JRPGs in general, that they're a slow burn. I'm just waiting for someone to throw a pie at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like RPGs are in such a... a couple years ago, people were like, well, RPGs are dead. Nobody wants to play RPGs. But,
yeah,
you look at stuff like Persona 4 and Persona 4 Golden that revitalized a lot of attention on JRPGs. You look at Skyrim... and you look at Fallout 3, and that revitalized a lot of love of open-world Western RPGs. And I think they still have a lot of clout, and I think they still have a lot of staying power. It's just kind of... how do you keep those genres fresh? Because where they usually excel is, here's another Final Fantasy. It's the same as the other ones, but it looks a little prettier. Which was fine for 8 and 16-bit, but not really anymore.
New boss can't be the same as the old boss.
Yeah, which I think is really a strong selling point for 15, is that they're saying, okay, well, none of that stuff worked for 13, so let's throw all of it out and make a modern-day RPG that's in the real world and with a crazy action battle system that doesn't use ATB anymore. Yeah, just taking every tenet of Final Fantasy and just flipping it over. So... Oh man, Toxic Joker. Oh, reminds me, Dragon's Dogma for last gen. Go buy Dragon's Dogma and go play it. It's so freaking good. Oh man, and it's so weird. And of course, it's getting a sequel that we're not getting in the U.S.
Of course.
Stupid Namco.
Yeah.
Or whoever
they're good
made
at
it.
that.
I'd blame Bandai
Capcom.
for that.
Capcom? Yeah, even
It's
worse,
Capcom.
Capcom, who doesn't
Yeah.
know what they're doing anymore. All right, his next question is, who else has that game that you love but never finished it? For me, it's Deus Ex Human Revolution. After the teaser, I think I'm going to go back and play it on PC. I was thinking about this while we were recording earlier. Dust and Elysian Tale.
Yeah.
I've now tried it 3
Yeah.
times. That's never going to happen.
Trying to think what.
For me, it's definitely Deus Ex Human Revolution.
Yeah, Persona 4 is my big one right now. I keep going back to it and chipping away at it a little bit, but never enough of note.
Yeah.
I don't know, any game that starts with DBZ, I play like the first couple hours and I tap out.
Hey, you watched the show, though. You're good.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't know, I gotta see what Xenoverse is about.
Time Cops. That's what it's about. Here's your Cliff Notes for it.
Yeah,
Oh, Steam Cops.
can't get away from Vegeta Evil Eyes.
Yeah. I feel like there's something lately that I started and I really dove into and then I just really never finished. But I'm really drawing a blank. I don't think it was on this gen.
I don't know. Wolfenstein, you started that, didn't you?
I installed it. That's about it.
I guess that counts.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You know what? I never actually finished Skyrim now that I think about it.
Oh.
I don't think
that
I ever
had a pretty
completed the story.
anticlimactic ending anyway.
Yeah. I think Toxic Joker said Game Club Dragon's Dogma in chat.
Yeah,
And
nobody will play it, and nobody will vote for it.
Yeah, it'll be great though.
Yeah.
2-month window.
Put the suggestion up. I don't know if he's got a suggestion in or not.
Yeah, if you don't, I'll vote for it.
Yep.
Wink, wink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of anything.
Well, Tomb Raider, I finally finished Sleeping Dogs this year.
That's right.
Oh, nice.
That was a good one. Man, that's a great game too. Whew.
I had a pork bun last week too, for the first time ever. I
They're pretty
gave
good,
an estimate. It's some Vietnamese grocery store restaurant and had pork buns. I was like, oh my god, I gotta try one.
I have to go. It'll help
and they made one for free for me. I'm like, oh my god, this is delicious. Give me 6.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh man, pork buns are so good. I don't think I can eat those anymore.
and I go, pork bun, get your pork bun. Like,
He's so excited about it.
He is. His pork buns look pretty good.
They did.
He's just trying to sell them.
hey, can't discount the ham steaks, boys.
Yeah. What else? What else? Transistor. I kept running into a bug that wouldn't let me finish that game. Kept crashing and corrupting my save.
That's a bummer.
I don't think they ever patched that game either.
Really?
Weird.
I don't know. I think I've been pretty good as of late. Maybe the last 6 to 8 months of finishing stuff I start.
Yeah.
Except for, Tomb Raider. I got to get back into that. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. I haven't been playing a lot of new stuff lately. I've been kind of in a rut.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe I should. You know what? Shadows of Colossus. I've started that game. I don't know how many times. I have not finished it.
Oh man, you gotta do it.
I get stuck by like the 6th or 7th Colossi. How many are in there? I don't know. I feel like I'm better than halfway, and I get stuck. But not the one I got to shoot the feet. The one after that, like with the geysers.
Oh yeah.
I get stuck on that one like every time, and I'm like, dip. I get it.
I'm done. I'm out. And his last question here is, he wants to know something about Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. In your opinion, what is the -- problem with each one of these companies? So let's start off with Nintendo.
Hubris.
I don't even know if it's that. I think Nintendo's main problem is, right now, I think probably is output.
Yeah.
And I feel like they need to be better about ignoring people saying, like, when's the new Metroid coming? Ignore those people. We would all love them. Just forget about it. Get somebody young and hungry at the company that wants to make something brand new. Just give them a couple $1,000,000 and try it out. Like, look at Splatoon.
Yeah.
This is like the hottest thing on a Nintendo platform because it's something new. And it looks great and it looks crazy. And, Codename Steam did okay. They just patched it to remove a lot of the stupid BS that game presented. But we don't get enough of that stuff, and we don't get enough of Nintendo-developed games in general.
No, I think they just keep going back to the well too much.
Yep.
I mean, it just seems like one rehash or a mild variation of the original, like time and time again. And that's not that I was ever their key customer or anything, but it's frustrating to watch what they're doing for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
For me, with Nintendo, I think my biggest problem is the fact that they don't seem to have a lot of creatives that are part of the current generation.
Right.
You
it's
know
just
what I
like
mean?
Miyamoto only.
It's like, the dude's making Zelda has been making it for the last, 15 years now?
Oh, at the very least, yeah.
The guy making Smash Brothers has been making that for the last 10 or so years, at least.
It's all the old guard, man.
Yes, it's very much an old guard, and I think I don't know if that's necessarily a cultural thing or if it's just their business. I think they need, just like you said, some young, hungry, some people that want to make some changes, and they need to let them.
What I want to see is Squaresoft from the PlayStation 1 era, where it's like, okay, in June we have 4 games coming out, 3 of them look crazy, and one's a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
And one of them is going to be a hidden gem. Let's see which one it is this month. Whoops, it's Einhander. It's just, who thought that Squaresoft would make a great shmup? Who thought any of this stuff? And I know Nintendo can do that stuff. They just need to go out there and try it.
Yeah.
I just don't know what's stopping them.
I think something like Mario Maker is a step in the right direction. You're sort of appealing to that old school crowd with, the Mario stuff, and to the newer generation with the make your own stuff sort of vibe.
But I know, I hate to be the pessimist here, but I know they're going to be a little bit tone deaf about that at some point. It's not going to be, we want Mario Maker to be Little Big Planet, just with Mario stuff. And I know at some point there's not going to be some portal where you can find the most popular levels. They're not going to encourage the really hardcore levels. There's going to be something where it kind of falls short, where you're like, well, I had fun with it for a little bit, but, I can only download games that I have the friend code from, stuff like that.
I think they're a victim of their own success with the Wii.
Possibly, yeah.
Is they think that they think that, well, this is clearly what everyone wants, is this very shallow experience and be able to get in and out relatively quickly. Where what brought me into Nintendo for my little stint with them was their straight up crazy GameCube, where they swang for the fences on every game, just continually trying to innovate.
That game is crazy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
But I think they've lost that focus due to their success with the Wii.
Next company is Sony. I think with Sony, I think it's the opposite problem. I think Sony needs to do less.
Yes.
You need to cut the PlayStation TV, cut the Vita, really focus on PlayStation Now if you want it to succeed, but focus on the games, focus on the platform, all this other stuff that's around it. Figure out how to do that on smartphones, and then do it that way.
Yeah.
But, rein the focus in. You're doing really well. I just need you to focus.
Over here, over here, over here.
Yeah. If it was an end of the year employee evaluation, they're exceeding expectations, but not consistently.
Yeah, they're exceeding expectations, but they're doing it for 2 other departments too, so their focus is not in where it should be.
Right.
And they opened this generation really strongly by being we are all about games, we are focusing on games, and now they're launching Sony View. Mm-hmm. I'm really not sure what their strategy is. That's such an old school sort of thing to try and put out there, and they made the right decision by nixing Music Unlimited and putting Spotify out.
Yeah, that was a great choice.
That was fantastic, but then you see you're seeing literally both sides of Sony right now. Yeah. And I think what you're seeing is PlayStation doing a lot of good things, and then core Sony doing a lot of weird stuff, just trying to stay afloat.
Yeah, I wonder if 2015 is the year where PlayStation breaks off from the main island and sort of floats away very successfully.
Yeah, or
I
just
think it has
becomes
to.
the parent company.
Well,
Sure.
I think that that whole division of Sony, they're running to the masters of the conglomerate machine because
Hmm.
that's what Sony is. Sony always does a million different things. They just need to get that section just needs to be focused without the influence of the other guys. Like had this guy over here in the TV division had this great idea for the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, what if I put
With
PlayStation Now in the TV and we ship it with the DualShock 3 and it's like, shut up, get back to your desk, I don't want to hear that again.
and I think
But of
that's
course that
what,
happened.
and I
Yeah.
think that's what hinders them.
Yep. Yeah, they're splitting their focus a little bit too much on stuff that people aren't going to use. No one is going to go buy a Bravia TV for $12,000 games on PlayStation Now. They're
You
going
could
to
have
buy
ended that sentence like several words earlier. No one's going to buy a Bravia TV.
Yeah, ever.
Yeah.
But they're going to go buy a Vizio TV, but buy a PS4 because now they have plenty of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So focus it up, Sony. You're doing okay. You're on the right path.
Yeah, absolutely.
Microsoft. For me, I think Microsoft, the biggest thing is Microsoft is on a better path.
Yes.
The Xbox One is stable. They have opened up for community voting for new features. They're implementing those every month very rapidly. No bugs, no crashes. They're doing really right by the OS. I think they need to really continue to focus on their marketing
Yeah.
and focus specifically on marketing on console exclusives. You can't have another... You need to resolve this issue with Phantom Dust, and you need to never have another situation like Rise of the Tomb Raider, where it's an exclusive, but it isn't, and what does exclusive mean anymore? And, like all this stuff. Sort it out. The Xbox One has always had this problem of one message for your marketing. You have to get that down now, because the Xbox One is right on the cusp of success. Because it doesn't have a bad name anymore. But people need just that little push to getting into the point where it's like, well, now I got to get an Xbox One. They don't have that push yet, and they're right on the edge. It's not going to take much.
All they need, I think their biggest problem, they just need a wireless headset.
Yeah, I mean, I will have nothing but complaints about the audio interface on that in general, but for most people, that's not gonna be a make or break sort of thing.
I don't know. I'm not too familiar with the Xbox One at this point. I don't have one. I've played one maybe once or twice, but I think Microsoft's biggest thing right now is they're moving in, like you said, they are moving in the right direction. It just seems that every time they move in a direction, they get just a little distracted.
Yep.
They tend to go, all right, we're gonna, they were, at least when they came out with the Xbox One announcement, they knew what they wanted to do. It's just they were doing all the things nobody else wanted them to do.
Right. They got this.
They knew exactly what they wanted to do, and everyone else went, no, man.
Yeah, this dump truck just hit them 5 minutes after E3, and they're like, whoa.
What do you
What's
mean
going
this
on?
isn't a good idea? They just had no clue.
Yeah.
And I think they're starting to get clued in. I personally was disappointed by, the unbundling of Kinect, because I thought that could have been a really good thing for them
Yep.
in the long run. But I understand why they went that way.
Well, you got to think the media market when the Kinect came out was completely different than it is now.
Absolutely.
I mean, at that point, everyone was upset with Edward Snowden and the NSA, and they're like, "Well, this is just another thing in our house that can watch us." Like,
Yeah.
settle
It
down.
was pretty horrible time.
Slow your roll. Your plaid bathrobe isn't going to break the universe. So.
Yeah. And also, Microsoft doesn't care what you're doing in your living room. I hate
As
to
long
tell you.
as you're paying them money.
Yeah, they want to know what type of games you like to play, and they're tracking that. I can almost guarantee. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like Microsoft is finally getting back to a stable point, and I think
Yes.
they are really at a fork in the road where one decision can make or break the Xbox One as a platform being successful. And I think
Yeah.
it really can be successful. I think there's I think a lot of the ill will around it has dissipated, but I think Microsoft needs to convince John Q Street Fighter fan why they should buy the Xbox One. Why should someone going into a Walmart pick up an Xbox One bundle instead of a PS4 bundle, which they've been hearing about the PS4 being the hot new thing?
Yeah.
You know, what do you have to offer? So, and I think if they can lock that down, similar
I think you're right.
to how
Their
they
biggest
did on the
problem.
360, then they'll be good.
You're right. Their biggest problem is messaging right now.
Yep. And it has been for the whole Xbox One's life cycle.
Yeah.
I mean, like, remember the 360 with, like, the jump-in commercials, and, you know, had all these cool commercials, and, like...
Oh, I love that jump-in commercial with the water balloon fight. That was great.
Yeah. Like, you still remember a commercial that's probably 7 years old by now.
Yeah.
But, like, and we all remember, like, the Mad World Gears commercial.
Yep.
You know, we all remember this stuff that I feel like is just not there anymore for the Xbox One. For some reason, it just disappeared. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
But I don't know. Blame it on hubris.
Yeah, there you go. And I accidentally lied. The other GZ did send us in a tweet. He said Twitch had a Mortal Kombat X tournament this weekend, going on this weekend, and it's not out until Tuesday. Am I the only one that thinks this feels super gross? I feel like that's part of the marketing machine. I don't think that's really gross. And Twitch has been kind of on the forefront for a lot of this stuff, where if the developer isn't doing it, you know, developers doing like a 4-hour, like, hey, we're gonna in the office, there's a bunch of us playing Mortal Kombat X. You know, then they'll bring it to some tournament where people can play it up front. I don't think that's necessarily gross. I think it's marketing in 2015. You go where the people are, and the people are watching stuff on Twitch.
Yeah. If they hit that front page and see Mortal Kombat X tournament and be like, oh, that comes out this week.
Sure.
Maybe I'll check it out, see what it looks like, and if it looks good, I'll go preload it.
Yeah, Toxic Joker in chat says, I don't get how these guys are God with Enron, Black, and Scorpion. That's probably a pretty good question. You know, like, are they... what sort of people are playing that are really good with characters that aren't really out yet? But
yeah,
I haven't been following the Mortal Kombat X at all.
I don't know.
So.
Aaron Black looks like a really cool character, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. The kind of cowboy-esque look to him.
That guy, yeah. That guy looks pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like interested in Mortal Kombat X, but not enough. You know, just like,
Not
oh
to
yeah,
pre-order it or anything.
I'll pick that up when it's like 20
I
bucks.
am. What else am I gonna play? Like,
I don't know, man. I've got plenty right now.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I feel like a fighting
CMP.
game.
Sorry.
But if I felt like a fighting game, I'd buy DOA 5 last round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got Guilty Gear, so...
Install it. Let us crush your dreams.
Yeah. Maybe that'll be the one game I buy for my Xbox One.
Because those guys are really good.
Yeah. It's $40 on Xbox One. Not yet.
Not
Too
yet.
pricey. All right, that's our show for this week. If you'd like to visit us, you can do so at tvgp.tv. All the ways you can contact and follow us are on the right-hand side of the page.
All right, don't forget to join the forums. Please mark yourselves on the map. Come join us for our many game nights. Monday nights, the original, that's 10 p.m. EST. We're playing Battlefield 4 until we find something better. And capstoning the week with Battlefield 4 again on Friday until we find something better. Tuesday night is Destiny Raid night, right?
Destiny Stuff Night. Hit me up on PSN. Hit me and the Hannah up. My name is Janston. Hit one of us up. Just shoot us a friend. So for anybody out there, I get a lot of friend requests, and if you don't write anything in there, I decline them. If you're somebody who wants to play Destiny or someone from TVGP, all you have to do is write TVGP or PUP in the invite, and I will add you.
Yeah, same here.
Just if I'm playing and my party's open in Destiny, just hop in. You know, we'll figure out something to do on Tuesdays or throughout the week. I'm ready to play Destiny.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Wednesday's PS4 game night, and Thursday is Steam. So we almost
got
a
you
week.
covered.
Yeah,
We're not covering your weekend. That's your problem.
Yeah,
I got stuff to do.
You do your thing on the weekend. We got you during the week.
Yeah, man.
TVGP Game Club number 24 should be going up this week whenever we get that audio prepped and ready.
Yep.
I've also got voting up for TVGP Game Club number 25. We've got 3 games up. Trevor Treebeard suggested Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. Dimebag315 suggested Tomb Raider 2013. And Tom Diggity Tom suggested Shadow of the Colossus.
Nice.
So go register for the forums. Go to that thread and vote for your favorite. Make sure you do it on a desktop because it will not show up on mobile. Well, if you're on a mobile phone and you go directly to the website, yes. If you're using something like Tap-a-Talk for your mobile phone, it's not going to show up, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
weird apps.
Yep.
Go vote, and don't forget you can watch this show and the Game Club recap and PUP and all the good E1M1 stuff at twitch.tv/E1M1 Network. And if you didn't catch it live, watch it youtube.com/thatvideo or E1M1 Network or That Video Game Podcast. One of those. Search for TVGP.
Try both.
I'll know for sure next week. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you all next week.
Laters.
Peace.
What is it? youtube.com/video game pod.
Let's see. No longer have BF4, just Hardline. I have Hardline, but no one else has Hardline. I mean,
now you know two peeps. All right, youtube.com/thatvideogamepodcast. Boom.
Bingo.
Oop.
All right.
I only have one title, and it's Deus Ex MD.
Yeah, I got that one down too. I got a few here. Now, Jay-Z sent me a smaller list than usual, actually. So I've got A Week at Each Grade, Whale Juice, Dumb Carnage, There's Always Sewers, Are Sewers Cool? The Fast Five of FPS,
that's a
Horrible
good one.
Racist Mess, Enough About the Build Engine, Double Tenor, Killed by Some Boars, Aiming Shenanigans, Circle Strafe and Spray, I Love a Panicky Scientist, Hit the Monster Crit, Deus Ex MD, Adorbs, Pretty Big Divot, Following Actual Rules of English, Crimazon, Whoops, It's Einhander, and Let Us Crush Your Dreams.
Okay.
I like adorbs.
Topping up your spinal
let's make
fluids.
that a thing. Adorbs.
Yeah.
Inappropriate.
So I got Jay-Z's list here as well. Topping up your spinal fluids. Total Carnage in the Ice Cave. The Ice Cave Caverns, sorry. The Fast Five of SPF. I'm not going to read that one. A Horrible Racist Mess. Lost in the Shovel. Yes, apparently Knobs said this. Cooing Crows. The Black Hammer of Boston, which that's a band right there, man.
I'm pretty cool.
Yeah. Deus Ex MD. Toys to Life, spelled very similar to Boys to Men.
Vetoed.
The Tallest Marty McFly. Legoonies,
Jay-Z.
as in Lego Goonies. Free Pork Buns, and PlayStation Island.
Jesus, Jay-Z.
Did you?
I'm going to read it out
That's on the
loud.
stream, isn't it?
I need to read it out loud because I think it needs to get captured for posterity. Remember the spelling of the character's name. The title was Knobs Loves His Low Wang.
And in Europe, that means something completely different than
Yes, it does.
an individual that is speaking.
I am going to pick Deus Ex MD.
I'm gonna agree. With
It
that.
broke the show, so it has to be the title.
There's some quality titles this week, though.
Yeah,
I'm glad
we were-
got them all out
we were
there.
on a
You're
tear.
on fire.
I know, maybe I should wear the Green Man shirt more often.
Maybe.
Green Man's saving our lives,
No
man.
Green Man.
Green Man!
All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 390 for April 13th, 2015. Deus Ex MD.
Doctor, give me the news.
Didn't ask for this, Lupus.
Jesus.
Lupus!
It's never Lupus on House.
It's always lupus!
Never Lupus.
It's never Lupus.
All right, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Later.
Whoa,
Yeah.
totally messed up my